What if I told you that rejection isn't the end of your value? It's the invitation to reclaim it. Here's the Stoic truth most men never hear. Their rejection has nothing to do with your worth, and everything to do with how they failed to see it. You don't make them regret rejecting you by chasing, over-explaining, or proving you were enough. You make them regret it by becoming someone so centered, so composed, so unfazed, that your absence speaks louder than any apology they'll never send. Carl Jung said, "What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size." So stop resisting the pain of rejection. Transform it. Right now, you might feel angry, confused, or disrespected. Good. Let that become fuel, not for revenge, but for evolution. If you're ready to turn rejection into quiet power that echoes in their memory, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment. Their silence builds my strength. Number 1. When the storm hits, do you break or become fire? There's a moment we all face when rejection slams into us like a wave crashing against the shore. You reach out. They disappear. You confess something real, and they ghost you. It feels like being left in the storm without a compass. But here's the truth. Rejection isn't the end of your value. It's the beginning of your fire. Like a lighthouse standing against a violent sea, a Stoic man doesn't crumble when the tides rise. He becomes more visible. In a world that teaches men to chase approval, seek reassurance, and beg for closure, Stoicism flips the script. It says, you don't need their acceptance. You need your own command of the storm. More than 2,000 years ago, philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius didn't write about love and loss because they were untouched by it. They wrote because they faced it. They were rejected by lovers, betrayed by allies, forgotten by crowds. And what did they do? They turned inward. They built a fire that couldn't be extinguished by silence, abandonment, or disappointment. Rejection, they taught, is not a verdict on your worth. It's an invitation, an opening to build the kind of inner fortitude that doesn't flinch when people leave. And that fire? It doesn't scream. It doesn't beg. It burns quietly, intentionally. And when it burns long enough, others feel the heat, even from a distance. So this is where we begin, with the radical idea that being rejected might be the very thing that sharpens you into something rare. A man who doesn't chase what walks away, but who becomes the kind of presence others remember long after they've turned the corner. You'll learn 13 Stoic responses to rejection. Each one is not just a reaction, but a transformation. Each one is a brick in the foundation of your unshakable strength. We're not here to play the same old game. We're here to master ourselves. Number 2, the art of silence, why ignoring is a power move, not a weakness. When someone pulls away from you, stops texting, delays their replies, or leaves you hanging, it's easy to panic. Number 2, the art of silence, why ignoring is a power move, not a weakness. Your instinct might scream, do something. But the most powerful response isn't another message, it's silence. Stoicism teaches that emotional control is the highest form of strength. And in the face of rejection, nothing demonstrates that control more than mirroring their distance with your own calm absence. You don't chase someone who chooses to walk away. You don't offer your presence to someone who hasn't earned it. In today's world, attention is currency. Think about how easily people get likes, comments, and DMs. When your attention becomes just another notification, it loses its weight. But when you withdraw it, when you go silent, when you stop showing up, you shift the dynamic entirely. You become rare. You become scarce. And psychologically, scarcity drives value. Silence isn't about punishment. It's about posture. It says, I don't need to be loud to be powerful. I don't need to explain myself to be heard. A Stoic man operates on principle, not emotion. When someone removes their presence from your life, you respond by removing your energy from theirs. And in that vacuum, you reclaim your self-worth. She may expect you to double text, to call, to ask what went wrong. But when you do none of that, something shifts. Your silence speaks. It makes her wonder why you didn't react like the others. And that wonder is where the power lies. This isn't about manipulation. It's about mastery. You're not using silence to win her back. You're using it to win yourself back. Because a man who can sit in stillness after rejection is a man who's mastered the most dangerous force of all, his own mind. So next time they ghost you, go cold. Not out of bitterness, but out of honor. Their silence doesn't deserve your words, your time, your attention, your peace. That's sacred. Protect it. Number 3, emotional control, why reacting gives away your power. You've just been rejected. Maybe she left your message on read. Maybe she said, "You're a nice guy." And in that instant, your pride flares, your heart sinks, and your emotions want to take over. But here's the truth most men overlook. Your reaction defines your power more than her rejection ever could. When you react emotionally, sending an angry text, pleading for clarity, spiraling into overthinking, you give her control over your internal world. And what does that say? That your peace is fragile. That your worth depends on her response. Stoicism teaches the exact opposite. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Rejection is an outside event, but your reaction, that's your domain. The moment you choose to remain calm, you reclaim power. Number 3, continued emotional control your throne. Think about how rare this is today. Most people are ruled by their impulses, snapping at texts, ranting on social media, drowning in self-pity. But the Stoic man? He pauses. He breathes. He lets the emotion rise and fall, without acting on it. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you master them. You sit with the pain, without becoming the pain. And when the world expects a breakdown, you offer only silence and self-possession. That's what makes you unshakable. Now imagine this. She expects you to lash out. Instead, you disappear, quietly, without bitterness. She may not notice right away, but days later, when she sees you smiling, focused, living, she'll remember not your words, but your grace. Your restraint. That you didn't need to explain yourself to stay dignified. In that moment, your composure becomes more attractive than any plea could have ever been. Because true strength isn't shown in aggression, it's shown in stillness. Number 4, redirection. Rejection is redirection. The Stoic upgrade. What if every rejection was the universe's brutal but necessary edit to your story? What if the person who walked away, the job you didn't land, the silence you feared, was actually a sacred deeder? Rejection doesn't just close a door, it clears a path. The modern